Hello everyone, welcome here. In this lecture, we are going to learn about login form. Previous lecture we have seen how to insert the code and how to insert the records in database. Very cleanly we have seen and we have a running of the testing with the records which are already inserted. So according to these records, we will try to test with the login form, how to create login form, code and test using API, Postman API. Let's go to open the file which we have already created, login.php. Yeah. So here you may observe here you may observe the registration form. It is there. So these headers I have created. So take a copy and headers, along with these headers, what you can get it from here? Yes, you can get many of the things. So one by one, I'll show you to making a very quick writing of the code. Very quick writing of the code. I'll make sure to prepare more functionality. Okay, let me check till yes, return data. Yes, till this part we can get it. Same code. There is no change at all. To make a move into the login form. At the end, you know that PHP tag is required. So it's cool. So for the database, we need to call the classes database, and here we require like a JWT handler. Why? Because when the user is entered username and password, he needs to validate the token value also. So for that, require underscore dir underscore concatenation with classes, yes, classes, and JWT handler, JWT JNVER where the token validation is happening in this particular JWT handler class and authentication class. Correct? Now these are the things are common. Maybe you may put database connections here or later. And success status message extra. This common message, we need to get the message from the user, and data JSON of a file getting of input and user return, same thing, same we will get here, and using the post method only, and the email and password we are going to passing. So let me take a code which is readily available. The code is there. Let me take the code over here. Yeah, yes, if the request method is equal to from here, so yeah, till the end. Yes, till the end, I'm taking a copy. I'll explain you step by steps. After this, I'm getting password. So input received, once the input is received, what happens here? See, if request method is not equal to post, what happens? Not equal to post, it will throw you an error message. Okay, and checking it's an empty fields. Email password is required to pass along with the many of the user like login forms you may observe, like Google Mail or any other mails or any websites. You may check username and password, either email ID password or username password. In this case, it will. In our project, I have implemented email ID as username. If not, you can set your username. Instead of field of email, you can set as username and go with that. According to the changes, if you did it, you have to maintain the username as unique. Okay? Then only you will get a great experience. Otherwise, you may face some challenges there. This the part is checking the empty fields. If not, validation part, if it is done, fields are going to be these fields empty, like email and password. If they are empty, it will throw you a message like fields are like please fill the fields are required. In this session, I am just verifying the username and password field only. You just check with that passing of JSON parameters to one is empty. Then you will get this message only. How it is prepared. The next one is to be passing something like, if there are empty fields, then it will verify like if there are no empty fields, what it will do? See, trimming the data. Trim method is default method. It is making like white spaces surrounding the parameter, and the data is going to be assigning to email and password. Checking email format by applying of this filter validate email, which is a built-in method in PHP. And return, if a valid email, it won't give any message. If it is invalid, it will throw a message of this one. All right. Now you see your password. It should be meet like minimum 8 characters. Otherwise, again you are using these services also. You will get a return message. If everything is done, user able to perform a login action. Inside the try catch block which is implemented, and here you may observe fetching select star from user where email ID is. This is the query. In upcoming section, I will explain you how to write select, update, delete SQL, MySQL queries also. I told you like someone who understand basics about the PHP can easily understand about these lectures. All right. Now we'll see about we'll see about like once we prepared the statement of fetching of the records. These are the common things: connection, prepare statement by this variable, and query statement of binding of the values of email and email, like where condition is required, the data parameter of email only, no. So this is the email. Yeah. So once the email is mapped, PDO object, it is says that param string. Here we have to assign. Now execute. Once the written statement, if found, if user is found it by the email ID, row count, which the rows are recorded are coming back to this particular coding area. This row will verify check password. Password verify. How the password is going to be verified? See, this is the password, and which is a user entered password, and this is the password by like from the database. Verifying the password is correctly or not. Let's check here. If password is correct, then send to the login token. If password is not correct, it will be throw invalid password. Correct. Let's check here. Let's check here one by one. If like the result boolean expression based on the boolean expression, based on the boolean expression, it is going to be verifying over here. Then we will get the information over here to JWT token to be verified. So let's see. Once it is verified on the JWT handler, so the JWT encode data which we have already implemented here at JWT handler class, also we have like using over here. With that, what happens will be verified and passing, and you have successfully logged in message will get there along with the token information. So if it is invalid password, what it says that invalid password, straight away it will throw out. If the user doesn't found email, then invalid email address. And PDY exception of any other error messages may be having with the database, you will get over there. Everything is cool. This message will get with the written data. So save this, and we'll try to go to like a postman. Here we'll try to test it, how it is functioning with the registered username and password. So I'm going to add a new tab. And here I'm going to using for post method, which we have already implemented. Now here I'm going to open a new tab and page is login.php. Login.php. Status 4 and message page not found error it is showing. So this page URL I'm taking a copy and paste over here. Alright. Now we need to go for as is body raw JSON. Here we need to implement JSON object of username and password. Username is like email, single quote, email and colon. And what are the email name we have already having in our database. So what is the username we have already in the database? Check here. API user at gmail.com. API user at gmail.com. API user at gmail.com. And another one is like password colon. What the password we have given? API user at think user at the rate user at the rate 1234. That's it. Let's check it by sending this. By calling this form, we'll check the status what happened here. Whether it is able to accessing and we are able to getting the token or not. Let's check. Send it. Yes, it's asking something over there. Uh, it's asking something body login.php. Success 0 status. Fill like a please fill in all required fields. Email password it's asking. So email email password we have given correctly, but it is saying something. Okay, let me check with the data. Let's fill with the double quotes. Something JSON data only we have given now. Yes. User at 1234. Yeah. So let me check now. Send post method raw JSON. Send it. Wow. So there is a no spaces and single quotes. I have applied for double quotes now. Check there is a no spaces here along with the data, like around the data. So this is the same user we have in the inside the database here. This one, first row. If you are given like any n number of rows, if you are tested and working with the one user means everyone will works. So now it is a success is one means successfully you have a successfully logged in. Our services are working perfectly. And the token you may check it. This is the token. So this way you can test by adding records over here and check the records here. In the next lecture, we'll check with how to the encoding of the tokens also. See you soon.